Good morning. Okay, so I like that. Okay, so we're definitely gonna post some of these today. We're starting late, Spirit, so we know we want these ones and these ones. Good morning. That was a yes. Okay, Spirit, I heard you. I hear you. We just have to work together, Spirit, so let's not do 10 at a time. We gotta, I know we were telling the story, but we have to work together, so I like the dancing one, and I like the Bible verses one, yes. Thank you, Spirit. I like that one too. Good morning, Olivia and Sherry, or Cherie. I'm not sure how it's pronounced. If you correct me, I will gladly fix it. Okay, so today, again, we're day 13. Face mask moment and some motivational messages. Thank you, Spirit. I always started out kind of speaking on my story on day 5 of the threatened eviction notice. Still trying to find the income. Not really freaking out though, because God promised me they got me no matter what. Billy Combs, good morning. Good morning, Josh. Thank you, Spirit. Having faith means having faith in yourself, and God. And when you're told to do the work, you do the work. So I've done the leg work on everything that I can do on my end, and then it is up to everybody else to simply decide, right? If they can help or not help, and that's, I've reached out to the resources. But at the end of the day, whether they do or not, thank you, Spirit, 11:21 on the clock. No matter what happens at the end of the day, Spirit's made it very clear that I'm safe. My daughter is safe. So my job is to focus on my self-care, my sharing with other people how easy and cheap it can be, especially when you're in extremely tight budget situations. Good morning, Connor. Welcome back, Josh. So, if I miss your name, please, thank you, Spirit. If I miss your name, don't think for 1 second I'm ignoring you or disregarding you. People just pop in and out for a quick few seconds here. Sometimes there's one message they need, or they pop in and out through the whole live. It's never very full yet. I'm being obedient is what I'm doing right now. 11:22 on the clock. Thank you, Spirit. I'm showing up. I'm shining my light. Thank you, Spirit. I'm doing what I'm told. And that's focusing on myself, no matter what they throw at me, because I could worry and cry and freak out and just drown in all of the negative when at the end of the day, I've showed up for myself and everybody else my whole life. I never really showed up for myself so much. It would always get thrown to the side. And then when I got to the point of drowning, thank you, Spirit, they let me fall on my face. And then they would kick me while I'm down and never stop reminding me how worthless I was or how not good I was. And then we begin to pick up that torch ourselves. They program it into your brain so much so that they get tired. They get so tired of just overcoming and hurting you that, thank you, Spirit, they just completely and utterly program you so much that you pick up the torch, right? And you're like, well, you're tired? Well, let me beat myself up and let me self-sabotage myself. Mitsuri, welcome. So it's not Haley. Good morning. It's something that no matter at the end of the day, the only way we change the perspective is ourselves. And thank you, Spirit. When we start showing up for ourselves, even half as much as we showed up for all the other people, and yes, family included. Blood is not thicker than water. Okay, it's not how it goes. Sometimes we create our own family, and um, if you're the obligation that can be programmed into you on that allows you to stay boxed in and mistreat yourself. Thank you, Spirit. It very quickly allows you to harm yourself while lifting them up, and them kicking you while you're down, and really actively sabotaging your life. And it's a sad thing to have to say, but and not everybody has those issues. And for those that don't, my God, I'm so grateful for that. I don't, even the people that hurt me, I don't wish harm. I never have. Thank you, Spirit. When I was young, I was angry and victim mode and the whole that mentality. I didn't know how to process. I was only ever taught that I could cope. And in case y'all don't know what cope is, it's show up, don't die, and go to work. Right? So that's a pretty shitty way to live. And I always knew that there could be more. Good morning, Boots. And I knew that God had saved me a million times over. Thank you, Spirit, for some very near life and death situations. Some very traumatic things that I've been saved from. I wasn't saved for them to not say anything, or and no matter, even at my most broken point, I still loved everybody, like, because that is my superpower. Unconditional love doesn't mean, good morning, lad. It doesn't mean, thank you, Spirit. It doesn't mean that they've done something to you, so you take that love away. Does it mean you can separate yourself from them? Yes. And love them from afar and wish the best from them? Absolutely. It's okay to do that. I didn't know that for a long time. So along my journey, I've been struggling, trying to find the ways, and I pray for it, and I'm never sure. Good morning, Alfie and Kaya, or Kaya, and Karen. Thank you, Spirit. Part of my learning journey for myself is how to love myself, because I just didn't know. Good morning, Alicia. When you don't know and you have nowhere to start, and you've only known that it's selfish and rude of you, you you punish yourself. You give up. You throw it to the side. And I finally said, I don't care what trauma you send my way. I don't care what threats. I don't care the bullies. Someone with one or two people popping in and out should not have 20 bullies popping in to abuse them or try to shame them. So if they are coming, that means I'm speaking the truth and people don't like it. And I'm okay with that. Because if they're bullying me, they're leaving someone else alone. So good morning, Jesse and Tom. So my whole point here is, what I'm doing here are just quick suggestions. They're quick ideas. They're not the gospel. They're not what you need to do. But these are just some cheap and easy ideas that for a couple moments out of your day. And if you got to start small, you start small. I don't care. You do what you got to do. We can take those moments and get our head out of the rat race and out of the shit they're throwing our way, and literally allow us to remember who shows up for us every single day. And yes, that's us. Good morning, Tanisha. It's us. 100% of the time, we show up. Nobody else but us, okay? And good. Oh, yes, it's afternoon there. Still morning here, but yes. And Monkey Hus, sorry if I butcher your name. I truly do apologize. If you correct me, I'll do my best to correct it. So come on here, and I put on my little face mask. Thank you, Spirit. Couple dollars. Most people have honey in their cupboard. Most people have turmeric in their cupboard. But it's gentle enough. It's not going to mess with your skin. It's not going to hurt you. And that's why I chose that, because for the 21 days of doing it every day and learning those moments. Curtsy, welcome. Uh, most people would not be talking on here, so for those moments, you be putting your little cucumber slice on your eyes and you're at a spa somewhere or laying on the beach with an umbrella drink. Who knows? Wherever you are, you're dreaming of somewhere good, something peaceful and safe and wonderful, and that is what it's all about. Because for those moments, we get to drown out the bullshit and we get to just look to ourselves and completely understand that's who we are. And somewhere deep down underneath all of that fight or flight and survival mode, thank you, Spirit. Good morning, Zara and CM. Somewhere deep down there is our actual true authentic self. And when we get to the point where we quiet our mind just for a small moment, just a moment of bliss, we start to understand and see exactly what it is that we're wanting, for one. So then we can focus on it and start manifesting it. Two, thank you, Spirit. Then as we're doing that, we allow ourselves to quiet our mind and realize that so much of that shit we can put down. It's not our burden to carry. Good morning, Curtis and Maya and Young. And when we realize it's not our burden to carry, we lighten our own load simply by recognizing some things we have no control over. So carrying it and burdening ourselves and really just hurting ourselves, thank you, Spirit, over something that's not even ours to carry, is half the reason we stay in lack mindset or survival mode. Good morning, Bilal and Kendall. I missed a couple there, and I'm sorry. So I'm going to read a couple of these because these are some of my favorites, and I may shuffle a couple anyway after I put on the mask. But these ones are really something that works. Good morning, hee, I like that. Akira, thank you, Spirit. So this one is something that kind of I've kept out because I like it and it responds. It's so much easier to acknowledge. Good morning, Lulu. Self-care is so much more than a beauty regimen or an external thing you do. It has to start within your heart to know what you need to navigate your life. A pedicure doesn't last, but meditating every day does. And that quote's by Carrie Ann Moss. And the reason, and I want to just say too, sometimes, thank you, Spirit, 11:31 on the clock. Meditating isn't always just sitting there quietly, and yes, it is helpful to do that too. But I always find when I'm painting, if I'm painting or making my crafts that I make, that's such another way to do it. And it's about quieting your mind, and it's about starting something and not focusing on the end result. It's just letting the freedom flow within and allowing ourselves those moments. Now, being a single mom that lost her job with zero income at this moment, trying to figure out how to pay the rent, and more people attacking instead of or laughing or bragging or whatever. There's always going to be something to try and shame someone about. I could focus on that, and I could beat myself up, or I could stand in my truth. Thank you, Spirit, which I do, no matter what people like. Good morning, Karen. And I find ways. I had crayons and pencil crayons, and I had old cardboard that was going to go in the recycle bin. So instead of throwing it in the recycle bin, I decided that I would make some coasters and things like that allowed me to be creative for a few minutes. And I'm just showing them because it's an idea. I'm not telling you have to do it. I made an emotion wheel for my friend's child. She saw one and thought, oh, that's a great idea. So I made that. Again, stuff that was going to go in the garbage. Thank you, Tom. I appreciate that. Good morning, JC. Give me 1 sec. I'll pull up the emotion wheel because I'm actually proud of it, and they really liked it. Here it is. And it's not, this is something that was going to go in the garbage, right? I'm sorry if you can see it, okay? But that throwing things in the garbage that, I didn't have any control over. I didn't have money to go buy all these things, so I could have focused on that and beat myself up and cried over the million things. can't afford a Christmas tree, so my daughter, I'm sorry, I'm going to try and blow that up a little bit. My daughter and I are making our Christmas tree, okay? It's not done. But each activity that we do, good morning, Anthony. Each activity that we do brings us closer together. Oh, I'm sorry you're sick. Remind me, send me a message, and I'll send you a quick tea that you can make that will help you with it. Also, if you can get some herbs, simple herbs. Some of them aren't cheap though, right? It's creative, but it brings me closer to my daughter. My daughter has some sensory issues, so we struggle with those things, right? And it allows me to meet her where she's at. It's not about perfection. It's about the adventure. My kid could be worried, feeling my worry about not being able to pay rent or not being able to do these things, these attacks that people, because I speak my truth and I don't care. You can shame me, humiliate me. I've been shut up my whole life. And when I was younger, every time I tried to, right, well, in this activity, it's just a good thing. But when we think about all these things, sometimes it's hard to meet your children where they're at. And it's hard, especially as a single mother, when you don't have an outlet and you don't have someone to talk to. You don't know how to release that. Your children feel that. So these stresses and anxieties, your kids feel that. And if you don't know how to process it, how do you expect your child to? Thank you, Spirit. And those, we can't control that. Life is life, and there's no feeling guilty for that. I used to feel so guilty. I would feel, so make a purple tree. You got it. Once you get to that point, right, you feel like you need to overcompensate or you feel guilty, and that's not a good place to be. Because then you're trying to overcompensate and you're trying to do all these things. Thank you, Spirit. And we don't need to do that. We have to understand that as we process, our kids have to process too. But finding these ways to make situations an adventure or some excitement not only brings out our inner child, which is wonderful all on its own, it sparks our creative abilities, and it allows our kids to see us as the fun, because we're all kids. We're kids. Thank you, Spirit. We're kids raising our kids. We can only learn so much, and as we learn, that's what we're teaching our kids, and that's it's a really good thing to do, right? So. I'm in BC, and I don't know if Timmy's is hiring here or not. And I don't, it's not about that. Right now I have unemployment, so I will, if we budget accordingly, thank you. I'm not about to go, the whole point of learning about self-love and self-worth is being paid your worth. So, keep putting myself in these low-paying jobs that are just abusing you and taking advantage of your expertise and your knowledge and your creativity. Oh, that's okay, Tom. You have a wonderful day, and I thank you for even stopping by. Now, you have a great day. The herpy expert, the herp expert. Lord help me. Well, good morning. So, anyways, the whole thing that we're trying to do is create better ways, better ways that we can process and learn things about ourselves. Yeah, I could go work at Tim Hortons, which would pay me less than my unemployment pays me. Why would I do that? The reason I'm doing these things is, for one, no, I'm not making money here. Sometimes I'll do readings and stuff, which I love to do, and that's because that's a passion of mine, and I love to help people. Just like this right now is a passion, and if I never get paid a penny out of it, that is what it is. I'm here to help people because I've been stuck, and I've been, you're not overstepping at all. Suggestions are suggestions, and just when you give them, it's not up to, don't ever worry if somebody decides not to take them. That means you weren't offering from a good from a good place in your heart, okay? So don't think for 1 second I'm giving you shit or judging how you said it, because the whole point is your brain was focused on trying to find a solution. Thank you, Spirit. 1138. Oh, that number might be significant. Hey, thank you. I'm going to look that one up. So I have to mark them down sometimes, because when something important comes up and I get the ding and there's a random number, it's an angel number, and it's something I need to look up, and I do. So, good morning, Buck. It's not about the having all the answers. Thank you, Spirit. It's about stepping out of victim mentality, entitlement mentality. We all are entitled to some basic things, but the rest we work for, we strive for. Doesn't mean we have to kill ourselves to do it. It means that we have to learn to work smarter, not harder, because we don't live to work. Okay, we work to live because of the way the financial system is set up, which is shitty for all of us, but it is what it is. Thank you, Spirit. And until we can change that, the best thing we can do is learn to be our own autonomous self, and get to a point where we can live mostly on our own without having to buy all these things. Right. Don, hello. Does Anthony still want to marry me? I don't know. If you give me a second, I can pull a card. But if you're questioning it, to be honest, if you're really truly questioning it, maybe you should just not worry about it. And if it's a marriage, I definitely wouldn't even want to. If I'm questioning your love or your commitment to me, then it's just a no. For me, if it's a maybe or an I'm unsure, at this point I've learned it's either absolute yes, thank you, Spirit, absolute yes. If there's a maybe, not sure, it's a no. Trust me. Angel number, path to success. Really? That's perfect. And I worked at Tim Hortons all the way through high school, and I worked all kinds of customer service jobs, and that was one of my best places. 11:41 on the clock. Thank you, Spirit. I love that you pulled that up, and it's a path to success. Everything's a path to success. You get into it, what you put out of it. It's very simple. When I worked at Tim Hortons, I was one of the favorites there because I was always happy, and that's good. Congratulations. There's nothing wrong with that. Anything is a start, right? And as you come on here, at some point, maybe this time next year, you're making millions of dollars on here, right? You don't need Tim Hortons, but now it's something, because, thank you, Spirit, we work with what we have, right? Stability and patience. Have you met me? Which is kind of funny, and I have to giggle a little bit because I've always been like the most in my brain, or the way people project it onto me, was I was the most most impatient person you've ever met, and I had to kind of agree with that because I was always like the head on, let's fix it now. Thank you, Spirit. So sometimes my patience would definitely bite me in the ass. I appreciate that. Thank you, Anthony. Good morning, Marnie Lynn. I was going to respond to your message, but I was running late here and I had to make some phone calls, so I haven't not thought. I slept my butt off yesterday. I don't know. I'm pulling something in. One of my manifestations is coming, and when I tell you it's coming in strong. Thank you, Spirit. I was not, like, there's no reason for it, but I had like 3 different naps yesterday, and I slept hard, and I woke up this morning like ready to run marathons. Like, literally, I feel like I could run marathons, so that's pretty exciting, and I know that I needed it. It's not like I've been having sleepless nights or anything, but sometimes I'm up late researching stuff, or just thinking, because I'm always thinking. My brain sometimes gets me in trouble, but That's why I need these times, this moment, this space and time every day. And for 21 days, we might push it to 30, depending on the point is building the habit. But for me, committing and doing something for 21 days has been very hard for me to accomplish. Thank you, Spirit. Good morning, Lucky and ATV Mike. So taking these moments to do this is as important for me as it is for anybody who decides to show up and get a small message or be the message or send me a message or give me things that I need to work on too, because I am not the be all end all. I am not perfect. I don't think I'm ever going to be perfect. Thank you, Spirit. 11:44 on the clock. We become masters of our own foundations and our own stability. And what is that? 8, 9, 10. That's 1. New beginnings, cycles ending. 1, 1, 1. Individuality. Independence. Brand new beginnings. Every single day, that's what we do. It's our chance to begin again. Make those choices. Change our thing. And it's not every day. It's every second of every day. Thank you, Spirit. It doesn't have to be like, I screwed something up today. I did something not right. Well, guess what? Take a breath, close your eyes, and say, I decided to change that and take it back. Or you can't take things back once they're done, but you can say, okay, I know that probably wasn't the best choice, so mark it on the calendar, and I'm going to make a better choice. If there's something you can do to fix a bad choice that you've made, then go do it. If you can do it, if you have the ability, do it. If you can't, don't. But acknowledge it. Acknowledge it before God. Acknowledge it before yourself. And say, I'm going to do better next time. That's really all we have to do. And then do better next time. That's it. Forgive yourself first and foremost. Because if you don't, then you're going to beat yourself up. And then you're back in the same cycle. And what we're doing right now is breaking cycles. We're breaking the bullshit. We're getting rid of all the projections and the things that people put onto us that we don't need. Good morning. I'm so sorry. I do not even have any idea how to say your name. We'll just say red lips and flowers. I love it. But good morning. And even if you just pop in and out and getting a message, I kind of speak mostly from my life and all the things I'm dealing with right now. But also, thank you, Spirit. And I'm called to do that. When I'm talking about how I'm being bullied by a big organization that should not be doing that, and why, and how people have attacked me the more I've tried to do better for myself. When I talk about that, Spirit's telling me to talk about it. And, I'm not complaining. I'm not crying. I've already done, even long before I even started coming on here, I did the tears already. I did the crying. There's a couple parts of my lives where I spoke on some of the shit that was happening. I'm not going to dwell on it. And I already forgiven those people that have done those things to me, because they don't get to live in my head rent-free. Sorry, honey. What gets to live in my head rent-free? God, Spirit, the universe. All of those people that are trying every single day and just trying to do better, they're the people I think about. They're the people I pray for. They're the people I pray for, the people that aren't doing good either. But I truly am focused on the ones that are trying in any way, shape, or form. So as you can see, my beautiful yellow mask costs a couple dollars to make. You have a thing of honey at home, that with some turmeric, and that's it. And now, thank you, Spirit, I took a couple tablespoons of honey and a teaspoon of turmeric, mix it up. That's it. It doesn't stain your face. Put your little cucumber peels on your eyes, kick your feet back, and dream of wherever you are, but somewhere sunny and hot, hopefully. That's what I do. Good morning, Raina, and there was someone else who came in, I'm sorry. Like I said, people stop in and out, and any and all of the messages that happen are maybe just what you need in that moment, and that's just fine with me. Meditate on what your heart needs in order to grow and be happy and at peace. how can you implement those needs in your daily life? And that's so important, because once it's something to journal about, something to think on, meditate on, dream about, right? Once you get to that point, then you start pulling in your manifestations. Then we have another one. You've been criticizing yourself for years. Thank you, Spirit. And it hasn't worked. Try approving of yourself and see what happens, right? It's not, what's the worst that can happen? You've been shitting all over yourself this whole time, letting people project their negativity onto you and all the other things of what people think of you, because they don't, they're worried more about you than their own life, which is weird. So stop shitting on yourself, and for once, approve of yourself. Do something good. Think of all the good things you are. Recite this affirmation 5 times this morning, and I've already recited it a few times. So, good morning, Kendra. It's, I am perfect just the way I am. 5 times. I am perfect just the way I am. And I'm going to repeat it more times, because when I wipe this all off, that's when I do my affirmations. And I actually have like a few affirmations. So, and the reason I'm doing it, I kind of wrote them down and I put them in my decks, because as I see ones that just totally cling to me and make me feel like I need to share those and I need to use those and they will help me, then that's what I do. I add them to my deck of all of the wonderful things that I've encountered since my real focus on self-love has started, right? I can't read what your name says, but good morning, and I'm so sorry. It could be just I'm blind. So I'm going to read another one, and this one, thank you. You can do this, and if you can't do it today, you'll do it tomorrow. You are not a failure, and that's by Alicia Ray. And then it says, channel this phrase 10 times today. Today and every day, I am free from self-doubt and self-sabotage. Man, when they get us into that mindset of self-sabotage, we kind of do it to ourselves, right? And it's not something that we want to do. We're not going to do their job for them, okay? Our job is to love ourselves. Tinkerfied? I love it. Good morning, Bree. Thanks for even stopping in, and I hope you get a small little message, even if it's just a motivation or an I love me message. That is what I'm here for. So I'm here because Spirit told me along the way somebody needs to hear some wonderful news. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And truly, I hope that what I'm giving out and what I'm speaking on is something that is helpful to you and or anyone you know, right? My yellow face is my little face mask here. I am doing things for not specifically single moms. I'm just this is my situation. Single mom lost her job on day 5 of a 5-day eviction notice. Kind of going through it, but because it's just an attack in the heart of, right, I'm 43, and this is, this year was my focus on it, and I kept with throw it to the side, because some other chaotic thing, 11:51 on the clock, thank you, Spirit, some other chaotic thing would come in and be more important, you know, like they got me with the eviction notices, they got me with all this. I'm doing the work, I've done the legwork, and I'm fighting it. I'm reaching out to resources that can help me. I will always do the legwork, thank you, Spirit, because that's my job. We can't always just say, God, fix it for me. God says we have to do what we can, what we know, what we've learned through experience from all these other things that have happened. So I've done my part. I've done the legwork. Did I draw you away from your grip? Yes. Well, it just keeps us from being ourselves and understanding ourselves. And as we grow, this isn't the first time I've been in a shitty situation. Thank you, Spirit. My whole life has been attack after attack after attack. Good morning, V. And no, I'm not saying that to be some victim mindset mentality. It's just the facts, okay? There is no victim. I'm empowered because guess what? I've overcome every single one of them. That's 100% success rate. So pretty sure at this point I'm a master of surviving. Thank you, Spirit. Kind of being a smartass, but it's true. when you have a 100% success rate, you kind of become a master of something, right? I'm the master of survival, resilience, and never stopping loving other people, even those who have hurt me. I'm always on the good side. But and now I'm loving myself. So now that I do that, when I try to love other people, it's coming from a full cup. It's overflowing. I don't have to worry about running myself dry, right? When I good for you. I love that so much. Um, yeah, I still got a few pounds to lose. Part of the creating better habits. This habit that I'm creating now. I started yoga, and then I keep being like, oh, there's not enough time or whatever, and I struggle with that. So that's one of the next 21 days. Thank you, Spirit. They're on my ass saying, get it done. But right now, this one is 21 days, and I believe we're on day 13. So then in the morning, I can do this on my own quicker and start, and we'll do some yoga or do some form of meditation that helps. Challenge after challenge, struggle after struggle, and I'm we become masters of our own lives, right? And our own heart space, our own body, our own temple. Thank you, Spirit. And that's what we want. So I don't care if it's taking garbage, and yes, it would be boxes that went in the garbage, and taking a moment to draw some things, get creative. I made coasters, and I use them every single day. It was such a simple thing, some packaging tape and pencil crayons, and that's that. Right. I make my little wands here. They're cool. I make my own teas. I used to make my own candles, and I had recipes for tinctures and stuff that I made. They all burned down in the fire. I also wrote a novel that burnt down in my U-Haul fire. So I had to start from scratch. It is what it is. And it took me a moment to get up. Really, truly, it did. I struggled with that because I worked hard to build that, right? So losing it was a struggle. 11:55 on the clock, but in the struggle, I also learned that I just get to create more, right? And I get to find another way. So now I'm on here sharing, just doing what I can to help other people find little ways. A little mask. I made the lotion that I put on my face when I take this off was simple. It was coconut oil, olive oil. There's some carrots, bay leaves, orange zest, simple thing. And I put it on, and it feels good, and it scratches something. Huge loss and work. Yeah, you have to, grieving. We grieve at our own pace, right? And I really struggled, but I've had so many losses at this point that it's like, thanks for confirming that, Spirit. Sometimes I have to laugh at Spirit sarcasm, but it's the truth, and they know I'm speaking the truth. I'm the queen of starting over, starting from scratch, and finding a way to still be happy. And yes, do I cry? Do I freak out? I have my moments. God has always let me had my why me, tears down the, what am I gonna do, blah blah blah, let me have my moment. And they're like, you got 5 minutes. 5 minutes is what you get, so suck it up, buttercup, cry it out, do your thing. And then they're like, okay, chop, get your ass up, you got shit to do. And literally that's how my spirit team treats me, and it's with love. So when I say that, it's completely them knowing me. They're knowing that if I stay down too long, then I'm going to wallow in it. Thank you, Spirit. And I'm not going to do that. That's right. You got your 2 minutes. Cry it out. Wham, pity me, blah, blah, blah. Now, tap that ass. Get up and go. And that's what they do. So, sometimes it was, I've had struggles where I couldn't even get up out of my bed and didn't even want to do a dish. I had struggles where I just rubbing my eyes was too much. I didn't want to open my eyes. I've been to the depths of depression. I have been um, through, not even from my own doing, from the things people had done to me, which was even worse, and then still didn't wish bad on them because I didn't know how to love myself. I just would be drained completely with nothing left, and I'm so sorry for that. Truly, I am. That's something that nobody should ever have to endure, and my heart goes out to you, truly. Good morning, Seamus. Right, so now what we're doing is learning to fill our own cups. Get creative. These little ones I like because you can put in your purse or your pocket, and I don't care about your spirituality. I don't care what religion you are. I don't care. Like, I'm not on that, and I won't go into that argument with people. I believe in universal law. You reap what you sow. Thank you, Spirit. Treat others how you want to be treated. I mean, every Bible story, you can fold it back a million different ways, and it boils back to the same thing, universal law. Yes, there's all kinds of morality stories help you treating your true north, to help you stay your true north in the Bible. And I don't think the Bible is wrong. I think the Bible is a tool, just like tarot is a tool, just like numerology, just like any form of divination is a tool. Thank you, Spirit, to help us connect with ourselves, with our inner highest, best self, to connect with Source, to connect with Spirit, to connect with the earth and all of the wonderful things that are never ending, right? So it's not about your religion. It's about every time you see this little thing, every time you see that thing that you created, your coaster, every time I set my drink on my coasters, I'm like, thank you, God. I have something to be saying. Thank you. Thank you, Spirit. Something to be thankful for. The new breath, the chance I get to take a breath, that the fact that my daughter's safe and happy, right? Right. That's all we're trying to do. Thank you. And I appreciate that. And I love that you get it. It's so important. I make my little earrings. I literally will make anything that I can do that makes me feel happy. And I will be. Oh no, my daughter pulled it apart. I was gonna wear these ones, but my daughter pulled the other piece off, so I'm gonna have to find it and put it back on. But that's how we do things, right? And the little moments that we can take to get our head out of all the crap being thrown our way. Okay, Spirit already knows what is time. Okay, but we're gonna only take one more, Spirit, because there's remember, I'm running late. Okay, I'm running late today, so we're not trying to do if they had their way, they'd send me with a million and make me read them all, and I don't mind doing that. I'm crafty too. I love that. And at some point, when I start making enough, and when I have enough followers, and I can do subscriptions and stuff, and start putting out more content, then some of the things that I create, like the coasters, I made little cases for them and stuff too. If people are wanting that, when I get to 100 subscribers, then I'll raffle them off. So I'm sending love and something that I really put my heart and soul into, and then it's just a thank you. That's kind of how I want to do it. I make teas, all kinds of teas for different things to help us, and I make it. I had so many. I actually didn't bring that one up because it kind of hurts my heart. I had a whole bunch of molds and stuff, and I was really excited because the picnic tables and the end tables with the beautiful, where it looks like water and the woods and the I think they're the most beautiful things ever. Oh no, you did hurt. It's okay. It's just, I don't have any of the stuff anymore. It all burned down. And essential oils. I literally made chakra aligning candles. I made air fresheners for your car so you can thank you, Spirit. I love to make stuff. I was making cleaning supplies. And I do it for myself, right? And it's just about sharing it and finding ways that, yeah, it's about when you put in the work and you get it all built up, and you've been working along the way, and then you're excited about it, and then it just disappears, and you gotta say, oh no, gotta start over. It's a struggle, right? Thank you, Spirit, but it's a struggle. It's not the be all end all, and it will not deter me, I'll tell you that. So good morning, Kelly. Okay, so this one's good. If you aren't good at loving yourself, you will have a difficult time loving anyone, since you'll resent the time and energy you give another person that you aren't giving to yourself. And I had to learn that the hard way. Barbara DeAngelis. Now, reflect on a challenging relationship. What did it teach you about yourself? Thank you, Spirit. Give thanks for these lessons. They have made you stronger. Amen. Right. And, well, a lot of people, I carried my stuff quietly for, 42 years. um, all the struggles, all the defeats, I didn't, I just took him and just kept on one foot in front of the other, one foot in front of the other. Thank you, Spirit. I knew how to cope. I didn't know how to bloom, blossom, and grow. But I always knew that that was not the be all end all. I knew that there was something more. There was a better way. And yeah, it took me 43 years. I'm okay with that. It is what it is. Um, that's why as I'm learning, I'm sharing as I go, and I don't care if I'm 100 years old showing up here and only 2 or 3 people show up, thank you, Spirit, each day. I'm going to get this message out because there are people that need to hear it, right? We're all at our stages, and there's no competition, and every damn person, we cheer ourselves on, right? Cheer you on, celebrate their wins, big and small, even the smallest of the small, and truly, I celebrate everybody's wins. I don't care who you are or where you're from. If you have a win, if I'm walking down the street and I hear you talking about your kid that won a hockey game or something, I'm going to be like, that's fantastic. Congratulations. Like, it's not hurting anybody, and it's just giving somebody a sense of pride and a sense of, oh my God, somebody does give a shit. And sometimes it's so hard to even find that, right? And that's okay. We just have to understand it's going to come sometimes from the most unexpected places. Don't ever limit the universe. Uh, yes, they look at us like we're crazy. This is true. And to some aspect, I could be crazy because I believe in all things good, and I believe you reap what you sow. And I believe you also reap when you need it the most. Okay, you're not gonna just sow these seeds and water them and water them and water them, and then just things are gonna constantly come to you. You're gonna constantly believe in the goodness of people, humanity, the universe, no matter what, of God. Thank you, Spirit. And when you believe in that, then it's not when everything's amazing. It's when shit hits the fan and all the chips are down and you don't know where it's coming from or how it's gonna happen. I literally had to use the food bank, okay? And they're like, well, what are you gonna do for this situation? I'm like, I've done all I can do. I've done the legwork. I've done the asking. I've done the applications. I've done all of the things. Thank you, Spirit. It's on God now, and I know at the end of the day, um, God's promised me I'm safe and I'm good, right? Yeah, and if it was just me, I wouldn't give a shit, right? But I have a 6-year-old, and she's at a place right now where she's in school, but they actually are helping, and I was terrified to put her in school, and I think that's why Spirit actually made me do it, because they were trying to make me understand that not all places are bad, and that there's teachers there that really do care, and that they're helping me get the resources when it comes to her. When they have sensory issues and stuff, it makes it hard sometimes to reach them where they're at, to meet them where they're at. And it's not about funding, it's not about anything, but people with that knowledge, people that have worked with these kids. And I know it's not one size fits all, but when they help you with those tools and they understand where you're coming from, then it's a lot easier to have a place to start. And when you've went your whole life with no support and no one giving a shit and literally actually kicking you while you were down after you lifted them up. Yeah, I thought I've heard about that too, and that is a great idea. I need to really look into that. And there's right now I need the funds. It's about the funds, right? It's not about anything but that. And as much as I would like to buy everything in the world for her, one thing at a time, and we have to pay the bills because we have to have a place to live first. So, welcome back, Marilyn. I'm in BC. So, we have. Thank you, Spirit. I didn't even get to get the message out. I love it when you confirm me, but you need to let me spit it out first. Even when I think sometimes about the what I'm saying, I'm trying to get it out. Spirit's like confirming it before I can even spit it out my mouth. It's like, slow it down. Kelowna, it's a small, well, I don't think it's that small, but it's beautiful. It really is. It's beautiful here. We moved from Ontario to get rid of all the toxicity, and you're not distracting me. I'm here. I'm here for exactly that. I'm a safe space. And I'm getting out my message, and I'm learning all of the things. Distraction isn't there. The distraction is about being that safe space for other people. And sometimes these little conversations, somebody needs that. I was in West Bank. Yeah, Marilyn lived there too, and that's wonderful. You're in Delta, in Ontario? I love Delta. That's the smallest little campgrounds. I can't even. That's up by Kingston, right? I was gonna say Delta, Ontario is like the smallest little. It's a small little. It's by Kingston, and it's beautiful. I mean, we used to do that. I traveled with the Carnival for 25 years. Good morning, Braden. I traveled with Carnival for 25 years. So when I tell you we would see some pretty amazing spots, it's fantastic. I would go back there if I could. If I could, I will eventually get to a point where I can travel just for fun. And when I do, yes, that's going to be a place I take my daughter for sure, because it's just it's a beautiful area, and it's quiet, and it's what you get what you put in, right? So I forgot all my papers for my affirmations, and I just need a moment because I need warm water for my face, because I am not going to freeze myself. So give me one moment. But this is my time where I am thankful, even though I've had my moments already this morning to talk to God, but in the universe. But what I'm doing is, I'm always going to say, I'm beautiful, I'm strong, I'm kind, I am open to learning every single day. I am excited to see what wonderful ideas and wonderful people they're going to send my way. I'm open to new friendships. I'm open to learning, growing, blossoming, blooming, and sharing the messages you're always trying to send out to me. I look forward to sharing it with anybody that needs the message. And I am always excited to see what you're going to send my way. I'm loving. Even those who have hurt me, I am giving love, never wishing harm on anybody. It is not my job to judge. I leave all of that to you. I love myself first and foremost, so that when I am giving, I'm giving from a place of overflowing cup. Not a place of lack. I am not giving my very last. I am giving from a full cup, no matter what happens. And I look to you multiple times through the day to be grateful, to show me how to continue on, how to give, how to teach, how to learn, and how to sit and listen. I am obedient, and I ask in any times that there may be fear, that you help me overcome it and show me exactly what I have to be happy and grateful for, no matter what. I am beautiful. I am strong. I am kind. I am soft. I am caring. And I am an open vessel for you and your message you're trying to get out each and every single day. And I look forward to passing out this message. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so I have cards too because I like to keep some of the affirmations pretty basic, because sometimes it's not about what you're saying, it's just about understanding that it's the I ams, okay? Meaning we're affirming it. We're not letting somebody tell us or project what we are. Thank you, Spirit. It's about literally us just understanding and recognizing our own worth and not allowing somebody else to tell us. Oh, fun. This should be very fun. There's the knock and the doorbell, so.
Hi, Tiffany.
Huh?
That's the order of possession.
I've already responded, so you'll have to deal through them, not me. Thank you. That is, yes, I'm live as they're trying to hand me the order of possession through my house. Literally, they're okay with bullying me. And that's fine. I'm not really worried. She has been, this is a company, by the way, the name is Society of Hope. That's super fun. Flowers by Noel. So they're trying to order possession for the place. I've already done that. They're using the court system to try to bully me. I lost my job through no fault of my own. When I tell you I have receipts to prove it, I don't exaggerate. And for 1 month's rent, I'm not 2 months behind. Well, I might be now because it's the beginning of December. But they have literally bullied me. I've lived here 4 months and I've had 2 eviction notices, or 2 attempts at eviction notice. They try to bully me. When they say win at all costs, it's like you collect millions of dollars a month in subsidy from the government, and give nothing back to the community, yet you feel it's acceptable to bully. By the way, the website says empowering families, empowering women in the community. Their own website just tells on them. If you're not giving it back to the community, where is this money going? And the big reason that she struggles, she told me she was going to work with me, and then 2 days later filed all this. So that's another reason why I'm upset. So how are you going to tell me you're going to work with me and then file all these paperwork, so you're going to bully me? $1 million a month in just subsidy company, then goes and tries to use the court system to bully a single mother who is literally fighting with every way, shape, or form. So, when they say win at all costs, there comes a time where, how many times can you kick someone? Right. It's just, I don't care. I'm not worried. If I end up homeless out of this, God's not going to let me fall, so he's going to find me somewhere to go. And starting with nothing, leaving all my stuff, it's not even the first time. I don't care. And her boss, of course, and it doesn't matter what she is, or who she does. The bottom line is, when you're using a court system, you're wasting taxpayer dollars, you're already getting taxpayer money for subsidy and all those things, empowering these communities, thank you, Spirit, that you give nothing back to. Now, you can bully me all you want, but you don't think if I had the funds that you would already not have the funds? Like, the lady knew my story. She knew that I left the women's shelter there. I was in the women's shelter for 3 months with my daughter. If you can still see the scars on my face from the last things. I did what I had to do to protect myself and my daughter. I tried to help people the whole way. I was told when I was there that I would get, they call it second stage, so they were going to help me. So I used some of the money while I was working to help some of the other ladies at the shelter along the way, because they were helping me. So it's like, I have a little bit, I'm going to share my little bit with what I got. Then they said, nope, we're not going to help you anymore, and you got to figure it out yourself. So I find this company, thank you, Spirit, and that took me 3 months to get out of, it's okay, it is what it is. No matter how this works, out, the truth prevails, right? I'm not doing anything to attack anybody else. I'm just speaking the truth. You seen she handed me that. I could have been rude. I could have said some ignorant comment. I could have, whatever. But why? What does that do? Whether she's doing her job or not, you can't tell me that a company collects millions of dollars a month in subsidy, and the only excuse they have for the reason they're bullying me is they don't let rent go over a month because they need to balance their checkbooks. So you're telling me with all the money you collect a month, you don't have a situation, a provision set aside for emergencies? What if somebody's husband died? What if, doesn't matter. What if something bad happened? And I'm not manifesting that into anybody's existence. I'm just saying there are a lot of what ifs, and if those happen, so you're going to kick a mother out or, that's grieving something, you're going to kick them out on the streets instead of working with them. Literally, my unemployment, it comes every 2 weeks. I haven't received it yet. I will starting I think it'll be about the 10th of December. Confirmation. So, when that comes, then obviously I can only give $1,100 at a time. $1,100 at a time, that's what I receive. And I told her that, and then she said, yes, we'll work with you. And I told her every 2 weeks, and then 6 weeks it will be paid up and we'll be even keel. Literally 2 days later, she filed the thing on me anyway. So it's not about actually fixing anything. It's not about finding solutions. It's about bullying me. Good morning, Gia. And at the end of this, no matter what happens out of here, I am going to stand tall. I'm not going to let them be afraid, and I am going to have my day in court, and I'm going to speak my truth, and I'm going to speak the truth for so many other people that they've been bullying, because you cannot be a company, an organization, which takes government money and takes all these things that are supposed to be helping, especially in BC, that is the poverty reduction and trying to keep people from being homeless, and you're literally pushing me out on the street whether I like it or not. 12:21 on the clock. So yeah, I'm using this Garnier one. It's actually for colored hair, and I don't have coloring in my hair, but it works. I had to get it for my daughter, and it worked really well for her because she's got curly hair. And I find that this one has been working okay for me. So, I know. My brain is a non-stop go. Always thinking, and that's the hardest part, is quieting our mind, right? So my lotion that I made, I put that on. I had my moments. And now I get to get human. I don't wear a lot of makeup, and it's not that I'm against it. I just, I'm not really going anywhere, so it's like I would dress up and wear a little bit, but I'm still not. It's not something that I have that much that I want to do, or that it's a big deal to me. I look at people all the time and they do their makeup and it's phenomenal, and I'm in awe. But for me, I haven't learned it, so it's not something that I'm willing to. That I have time to even focus on learning right now. So, someday, I'm always about learning new things, no matter how and what happens. And, the notice of possession of the house, so I don't know if I have to stay in my house for the rest of my life, or what they're going to try to do, but, I don't know how they can do any of this without a court order. And it says, an application, order, I do authorize and command you. But this is from the Society of Housing. In the matter of the Tenancy Act. I don't know, I'm trying to read it here. Let me put my hair up. But, so, I'm not sure if if that's actually ordered or if it's just a copy from S. Smith Residential Tenancy Branch. So, the adjudicator. So, the adjudicator's already given them the authority to evict me, I guess, without even speaking to me. So, again, that's just ridiculous. This order may be filed and enforced. Oh, this order may be filed and enforced in the Supreme Court. What? Now that you have your decision, so how do they have a decision if they have? So this is the file number because I filed the dispute in the matter. So I'm gonna have to go. I haven't received an email since then, and it says an application under sections 46 and 55 of the Residential Tenancy Act. I do authorize and command you, Tiffany Larrabee, and any other occupant or person occupying the premises to deliver full and peaceable vacant possession and occupation of said premises to the landlord, the Society of Housing Opportunities and Progressive Employment, effective 7 days after the service of this order. So, I don't know what an extension is. I just filed the dispute. I already filed with the dispute, so now I have to go see what else I have to do. This order may be filed and enforced effective 7 days after service of this order. So they have to, I have 7 days for them to evict me, I think. This order may be filed and enforced in the Supreme Court of British Columbia. The contents of this decision, including any orders granted within the decision. These people are really disgusting. Sorry, but so you kick somebody when they're down. You think if I didn't have the funds that I would give them to you, I can't do it. And I even told her the date, and that wasn't enough. So that's well, it says here. It says in the matter of Residential Tenancy Act, SBC 2002, blah blah blah. The Society of Housing Opportunities, Progressive Employment. That's the name of them. Oh my God, that's just even more disgusting. By the way, you should just go to their website and see the front page of their website, how it speaks. It's just disgusting. Regarding the rental unit located at my address, and then direct request proceeding under 55.4 of the Residential Tenancy Act. The decision in this manner was made without a participatory hearing and based on the written submissions of the landlord. So there was no hearing, so they get to do, how do they get to do that? They have a possession order, tracking number for 10-day notice, blah, blah, blah. Okay, and then, sorry, I'm trying to understand. They walk in. What does that mean? In the matter of residential, the Society of Housing Opportunities and Progressive Employment, blah, blah, blah. I do hereby order that under the section 6772, blah, 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 Tiffany Larrabee pay to the applicant, the Society of Housing, $1,790. This order may be filed and enforced in the provincial court, so they're or small claims court. So they're trying to. So I have 7 more days to pay them. Is that what they're trying to say? None of this makes sense to me. I don't know. I have no idea. This is the order, I think. But these are just typed out. They're just printed off the website. And how can they have this with no hearing and they don't get to have a judge? You have until what date? What date? It doesn't give me a date. But it doesn't matter. Order date filed. November 29th is when they filed that. But I responded to it already. So I don't understand how they're... Yeah, I have literally... Look. When I tell you they're bullying me, trying to take me out with paperwork, I don't... This is... So, you know when they say win at all costs? When you're $1 million, $1 billion company... using the court system to kick a single mother who just lost her job. 7 days to pay. Well, it doesn't matter. I can't even file my EI until the 7th, and then I won't get it till the 10th. So, and still won't be enough to pay them. Like, it's disgusting, really it is, and they know that. And instead of working with me, they're literally bullying a single mother. So, win at all costs. So you won. You guys win. You're gonna make me homeless with my kid when all I've tried to do. I have to call them today. I literally, this is new to me. I have no idea. I find that tenant TL was duly served the preceding package on November 27th. I don't care about that. Issues to be decided. Okay, so service of notice of dispute. So, is the landlord entitled to an order of possession? Blah, blah, blah. Issues to be decided. So what? Background evidence. I've reviewed all the submissions and evidence before me. However, the only evidence and submissions relevant to the issues and findings in this matter are described in this decision. So somebody made a decision, a judge made a decision without, like, what is wrong with people? As the landlord was successful in their application, I find the landlord is entitled to recover the $100 filing fee. Like, what is wrong? I don't care about the facts. The facts is she couldn't file a 10-day late notice when technically I have a security deposit, which until the 15th of the month, they can't file shit. Technically. So if we want to go to technicalities, that's what the security deposit's for. So, but again, they don't want to hear my voice because speaking the truth fucks with their entitlement. Doesn't matter. I don't care. This is a company. Go look at their website, the Society of Hope. And yeah, go ask them why they feel the need to kick the crap out of a single mom who just lost her job that is trying to work with you. It's pretty disgusting, to be honest. Yeah, I know. I'm not stressed over it. I'm gonna deal with that. Right now, they're interrupting my piece. So for the next half hour, I'm gonna do what I'm supposed to do and give the message. I'll do the legwork. That's the thing. They are not counting on me doing the legwork, but I will. And I'm also going to ask how they are allowed to order some shit with a judge without ever finding anything or even taking in any evidence. It's disgusting. And how can they be an entire place that talks about poverty reduction and homelessness reduction, and then are allowing big companies like this to collect government funding and then literally beat the shit out of people that are struggling. And they're struggling because of situations that were out of their control. So it's literally from one toxic situation into another toxic situation, into another toxic situation, because you're not allowed to speak up, because then if you speak up, then you're wrong. Well, that's why I'm speaking up, because all those little dark corners they think they can bully me on. Even if I lose, God's not going to let me die. God's going to find a way, and it will be better, and that's just it. I don't care. I'm so done with the bullshit, and I'm so done with... Imagine if I didn't have the strength to fight back. Imagine if I didn't have the... some people have resources. Some people have family members that are going to help them. Some people have all these things. I don't. I'm shining light on that shit, and if anything, I hope that they change... their policies and procedures and find a better way to work with people in the future. Like, that's really truly all I'm asking. Stop beating on people in these situations and find ways to work with them. And one thing I know is right at the very end of it all, be all and all, God is going to find a way. Period. It's not going to allow me to die or be homeless on the streets as my kid. So, however this plays out, it's going to play out. And that's that. I've already called them and contacted them. Nobody's getting back to me. EI should have paid me already, and they didn't. They paid me $0 and $0 for the 2 weeks. So something's going on where somebody is just trying to push me right to the brink. They want me to be crazy or crying or in lack, but they're not going to get that from me. 12:33 on the clock. Thank you, Spirit, which is also 333, which is also nines, endings, and new beginnings. Well, mostly just endings, but every time there's an ending, there's a new beginning. So, yeah, I know. I've already contacted them. It's waiting for them to contact me back. But yes, I'm just going to add that to my forms today. And it doesn't matter if they're doing this. So what if I pay them and they order me out anyway, right? Like, I can't go there. I don't have a vehicle anymore. I don't have anything. I can't take my daughter there because she freaks out, and they won't help you there. If you go up and go in, they tell you have to call and do all the things. They don't help you right there. I've done there. Well, they've already filed the order. 1, 2, 3, 4 on the clock. It's a progression. Basically, what's happening is I'm allowing them to hang themselves at the end of the day. When they say give enough, help a gal out. Yeah, it is what it is. I don't care. I'm strong. I'm gonna find a way. Yeah, I've been there. The thing is, they didn't count. They just thought I was too dumb to do the work. So I'm gonna sit and cry about it. And you are being very helpful. And don't ever think I'm not thinking of your ideas. I literally just have already done them. Literally, I've already done all that. That's why also it's even worse when you're going through all of this stuff in this company, instead of recognizing that you're doing the legwork and you're actually doing something and trying to work with you. Because I believe at the end of the day, at any day, in any legal matter, for as long as I've ever been aware, the first thing that the judge or mediator or any of those people are going to be, did you guys attempt to find a peaceable, compromising outcome? Did you make that attempt? And they didn't. So, just don't get what to do. Scream. Oh, I've done that too. And I've tried to make a peaceable compromise. I have not asked for anything for free. When I tell you that, I didn't ask them to cover my bill. I asked them to work with me for 6 weeks so it could be paid up and be even. And instead, they thought it'd be better to throw me out on the streets to my kid, which is pretty wild. So whatever. Whatever happens, happens. And I can cry over it, or I can continue doing what I'm supposed to do, and that's focus on myself and what I can control. So I've done the legwork, I've done the calls, I've done all that. I'm not allowing these people to take my peace. I'm not going to cry over it. I've done all that. This all happened because I lost my job, and because I had childcare people that attacked me, tried to bring the Ministry of Child Services on me. I had people that I left that were toxic in my life that decided I left peaceably, didn't create any problems for them. They decided it would be fun to mess with my life, so they did what they could to get me fired from my job. It's mind-blowing, truly, truly, truly. I appreciate that. Thank you. Truly, I do. Yeah, they lashed out. It happens, whatever. And I'm not about to go to war or throw names under the bus. I could. I could throw many. And the worst part is these people group together to fight me. To fight me. One person. One. It's pretty wild. And then you have a multi-million-dollar organization that's built their entire millions and billions and whatever they have, thank you, Spirit, on the empowerment of people and working together for low-income families and blah, 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 blah. And then the court system, like, it takes all of those people to fight me when they could literally just talk to me and work with me, which is what I was trying to do. It's just wild. Wild. It's just the thought or the premise and the actual trying to wrap your head around it is beyond me. It's like we could have dealt with this like adults. Right, like, hey, like, well, whatever, we can work together. Especially if I'm not asking for anything for free. Did I say pay my rent for me? No. Did I say that you owe me something? No. What I asked was for you to work with me and be patient because something happened that was beyond my control, which that happens. Thank you, Spirit. So instead of letting that be the be all end all, I'm trying to find a way to overcome the situation and work with you. And, all you had to do is work with me. And instead, they decide to just attack me to ask you to be my sugar. I'm sorry, I had to laugh at that. Yeah, I think they expected me. I think they think that I wanted them to pay my bills for me. No, I asked them to wait and work with me. Would have been a month out, so technically it would have been like an extra month, and then by the end of January, everything would have been completely evened out, right? Completely even. But that was too much. They couldn't work with me. They thought it would be a better idea to throw a single mom and her 6-year-old out on the streets and instead of compromising and taking the money every 2 weeks for 6 to 8 weeks. It's just, what the fuck is wrong with people, man? I can't wrap my head around it, which means I don't need to, and I'm not going to get trapped in that cycle. I speak the truth, and it is what it is, and no matter what they file, and no matter what they do, oh, by the way, when they file, and they give all these paperwork, not once do they have a phone number on there that you can call. You gotta go through the thank you, Spirit, because they don't want to deal with you on the phone. They want to go online so they can ignore it whenever they want to. I filed the response on Friday or Saturday. It's okay. I gotta go. Absolutely, and I'll be on for the next 9 days or 8 days or something. I'll be here every day, even if I'm homeless. As long as I got a phone and I have a internet connection, I'm gonna come on here and I'm gonna find ways to be grateful and love myself. If they think they're gonna scare me out of my commitment, they got me fucked up. That's not who I am, and it ain't gonna scare me. 12:41 on the clock. Thank you, Spirit. So I'm gonna read this one. To experience peace, like, if this is a spirit calling it out and just saying, what the fuck, like, say it like it is, and be honest, it just makes me so happy. Good morning, Candace. To experience peace does not mean that your life is always blissful. It means that you are capable of tapping into a blissful state of mind amidst the normal chaos of a hectic life. Ivy's hear this. I got it. Okay. And that's by Jill Bolt Taylor is who the quote's by. What were some ways you experienced peace during the chaos today? Right here. Literally right here in the midst of the chaos, right? Like, I had already pulled these out. Spirit threw them out. If that's not... and you guys were here when they knocked on the door and gave me the notice. So, I could dwell on that. I'm going to do the legwork because that's what I do. But this coming out, Spirit already knew I'm not going to let them drag me under or get caught up in the cycle. Yeah, I'll find the information. I have to do that, and I have to process it, and that's my job. And I'll do the legwork because that's my part. But at the end of the day, I'm going to win this because God's not going to let me fall, and these companies are going to start having to be accountable for their behaviors, and that's it, right? Right. They're not taking my peace, and as long as I still have a place to lay my head and focus, then I'm going to be that peace. And if I have to go to the shelter again, then so be it. It won't be for long. God's not going to let me fail, so... They're not going to take my shit from me, plain and simple. Alright, so now we have the gratitude. Okay, we'll take the top. You are not your schedule. Give thanks for the being that lives in you, beneath the trappings of your life. You are alive, and this is a gift. Amen. I like this place and could willingly waste my time in it. William Shakespeare. This is mine. This is my peace of mind. This is no matter what happens in this world, no matter what shit show they send my way, they continuously just throw themselves under the bus. They hurt themselves is all they're doing. They're not hurting me because it's going to happen. It's going to come. It's going to benefit me. And the reason it's going to this extent and being let go to this extent is because they're letting people see just how far they will go to beat the crap out of a single mom. 12:44 on the clock. Thank you, Spirit. How far somebody will go, which is also master number 11, master builder number. So thank you, Spirit. I didn't even get the thought out of my head. It's about creating change. So at the end of this, good morning, Josie. Changes need to be made, okay? And when you're $1 million a month company and you're beating the crap out of a single mom with a child that just came out of the shelter because of all of the toxic shit that she was trying to get away from, you have an opportunity to be a human being and work with them and help them overcome it and empower them. Thank you, Spirit. Or you can kick them while they're down, and then when they overcome it, you're the big bully who used the court system and your big funds to attack me. And when you need a whole $1 million a month company and the judicial system to attack me and beat me while I'm down, and I still overcome it, what does that say? Like, I just thank you, Spirit. It says that it has to go to this has to go to the absolute end, to the very last moment, for Spirit to show out, so they can show them just how good God is in my life, first of all, and for two, to let these big companies that think that they are doing something, the narcissistic people in these companies, like, and the worst part is probably the owner of this organization has no idea because, thank you, Spirit, but they're going to have to be accountable because God's not playing, and this is your company and your business. And when I'm also learning these things because when I become a boss, and I will, when I become that, I need to make sure that my people are doing the right thing. There needs to be checks. There needs to be policies and procedures. There needs to be emergency situation things set aside for things that happen to help. Thank you, Spirit, to help us, to help them, to keep the management that you have, to keep them honest and on their like keeping their integrity there, right? And if you're not doing those things and you're allowing somebody to bully you, or if you're the boss and you're doing it but using someone lower than you to bully somebody in situations like these, then there's something wrong with you that you really need to look into, because Suji Ked, I'm sorry if that's wrong and I didn't say it properly, but welcome. I'm speaking on the things that happen in my life, and as they happen, it just is what it is. So even in the midst of the order of possession of my house, I refuse them to take my peace, and I refuse them to put me in a position where I don't love myself, or I'm not going to show myself that love. Plain and simple. Nobody gets to take that from me. And at the end of the day, I'm doing every bit of legwork I can do as a human being, and they're doing every bit of legwork they can to bully me, which is just absolutely appalling and disgusting. And this is this shit that God's fed up with, these family, and is thank you, Spirit. I'm right now what do you call it? I'm the result of people attacking me for trying to speak my truth. I'm the result of people attacking me for just trying to be my best self. I'm 43. Yes, 43. I had to think about that. And welcome, by the way. Um, when it takes people, big companies and things to attack somebody that's just trying to find their own peace, that's trying to leave these toxic relationships, these toxic jobs, these toxic places, and instead they attack you, and you know the attacks are coming. Like, that's just the way it is because they were toxic. They can't just be themselves. Oh, the bullies are back. Welcome. Do I look like I'm crying? I'm speaking the truth. Does that hurt you? Does that offend you? Yes, I know, Spirit. We know it does. But the worst part of this is if that's the way you feel about it, then you need to look inward. Because when someone speaks the truth, if you think it's crying, then you have your own issues you need to work on, and that's got nothing to do with me, and I can't fix your problems, but I certainly will fix mine. And at the end of the day, you're coming in trying to attack somebody that you can't even man up and have your actual account. You can't face it, own it. I show my face every single day. You can't. You come on with the user number or a million different messed up names, trying to bully me. And it's really kind of funny that, the keyboard warriors can't even man up and own it like it is. I'm accountable. I've been accountable for my stuff. I've been accountable for other people's stuff, which is disgusting. I've taken everybody's karma that I don't deserve. Good morning, Omega Bomb. I've taken everybody's accountability when I never deserved it in the first place. So what would I do? I would just overcome it quietly and continue on my way. Except now, when I'm overcoming it, I'm sick of being quiet, and God tells me it's not my turn to be quiet anymore. Thank you, Spirit. It's time for me to open my mouth and stop giving these bullies the dark corner to keep abusing me on. So I'm shining light into those nasty, disgusting corners. So people have to stand accountable, and that's the way life is supposed to be. Good morning, Maya. And in doing so, I'm honoring myself. I'm still loving myself. Yes, that's part of self-love. And I'm finding ways to help people be empowered and helping single moms and anybody in these situations find the resources, do what needs to be done, and become resilient and not allow these people to back us into a corner of give up, because I don't give a shit who they are. They don't get a right to come in and try and tell us to give up when all we're trying to do is find a place of peace and live. Thank you, Spirit. 12:51 on the clock. So we got 9. We're still ending. Cycle's ending. Yes, and that's the lack mindset, and that's all of the fear, the way these bullies try to instill fear into us. They are not allowed to do that, and well, they can try and do that, but God is at the point now. It's going to be instant karma, and it's really sad for these companies that aren't even giving a shit, that are stomping down on the little guy and really trying to use that to burden them so they can't find their true worth, and they can't understand their true worth, so that they just constantly think they're not good enough, and that's not the case. And what Spirit's saying is, even in the midst of this chaos, which was part of my lesson, no matter the amount of chaos that comes my way, I need to be able to find my center. Thank you, Spirit, because as long as I do that, I'm aligning myself with the truth, and I'm getting goosebumps. So Spirit's here, and they're saying, we got you, girl, don't worry. And I know that. So good morning, Karen. In my dialogues, there are no answers, but sometimes a question is the flash of an answer. Edmund James is who it's the quotes by. Allow yourself to ask questions today, which is exactly what I'm doing, and that's what's pissing people off. Thank you, Spirit. I'm asking the questions that are valid questions. Why do you, a $1 million a month company feel the need to use the court system to abuse a single mom with a 6-year-old that's just trying to create stability for her child? And why are you, and who's trying to work with you, who's literally saying, let's find a compromise so we can work together to overcome this emergency situation. And instead they're using that to kick me while I'm down. The win at all costs, like literally there's an entire army against me. An entire army, a $1 million a month company, and then they're using them, and then the court system is just beyond me. And is if I don't have it, I don't have it. The minute it comes, you think they wouldn't already have it already? I can't get it until the 7th of... I can't even apply till the 7th of December, which then makes it, the 10th or 11th, which is already, will be past the 7 days. So they will be here to evict me by the time that happens. But literally, this is the company, the organization, which, by the way, an organization is a place that takes government funding and that is supposed to be helping people. They get all of their money, or big chunks of their money, from helping people, from empowering people, from using government funding to help people. So, good morning, the awesome. So, in doing so, how are they helping me when the emergency happened? They've now used the court system to bully me when I've absolutely tried to create a payment plan with them to work and find a way to overcome this situation. 12:55 on the clock. Thank you, Spirit. So that's why it's saying allow yourself to ask questions. And I'm asking valid questions. I'm not just being pity me, everybody pay my bill, blah, blah, blah. That's not what I'm doing at all. I'm trying to ask the question, why a multi-million-dollar a month company, organization, not company. And yes, I need to clarify that, because business is business. I'm not going into Nike saying I'm entitled to a new pair of shoes. I started renting from a place. The name is, the organization is called the Society of Hope. Their entire website screams about empowering people and helping people and low-income families, but instead they've decided to kick the crap out of me and attack me and keep coming at me, thank you, Spirit, when all I've tried to do is find a compromising way to overcome an emergency situation. They're using, it's beyond me. They're using the court system, and the court system all on its own, the fact that they're just allowing this to happen. They're allowing these people to misuse this system and waste taxpayer money on top of all the donations and the government funding that they get to help the community, that they don't put anything back into the community. Thank you, Spirit. Welcome, A88. That fact alone is just appalling. But, so anyways, I'm asking the questions. I'm doing what I'm told, and I'm being obedient to Spirit. And I'm doing all of everything it takes. And whether I move or don't move or end up homeless out of this situation, the one thing I know is at the end of this, there will be some policy changes. And thank you, Spirit. They are confirming because they're fed up. And Spirit's sick and tired of these people being big bullies and this win at all costs and this kick somebody when they're down. I just, how can you be an entire state or an entire province that's bragging on homelessness reduction and poverty resolution and all these things, and allowing these big companies to just rape people and then, everything you built. So when they evict me and I have to leave with nothing, they're going to take and sell all my stuff and then collect that while they're still getting paid from the community that's going to pay the debt. Like, it's beyond me. While they're still collecting the subsidy for that, which is beyond me to the end of the earth. So anyways, my job is to ask the questions, and that's what I'm doing, and that's what Spirit asked me to do, and I'm being obedient. And no matter how this happens, I'm finding my calm in the chaos. I ask the questions and I'm still loving myself. I'm forgiving them for their big bully mentality, and I forgive the court system. I forgive all of them. Because it's not my problem. It's for them, and they're going to have to stand accountable at some point, and that's not my problem. And when they have to stand accountable, the things that are going to come out are just, thank you, Spirit, they're not going to be happy with. And those big companies are going to end up, big organizations, not companies, because there's a big difference, and we both, for the most part, we all know what the difference is. They're going to take a fall, and they're going to end up losing their companies, and they're going to end up having to take losses and be accountable, and that has nothing to do with me. That's God saying enough is enough. You guys, thank you, Spirit. They've had enough, and you can laugh, you can call me crazy, you can whatever, but mark my words, I'm not saying this on my own fruition. I'm saying exactly what needs to be told, and Spirit has had enough. God is fed up with people just taking advantage and abusing these people, and then wondering why, and then acting like they're the big hero. Like, the whole premise of it is narcissism. Yes, thank you, Spirit. They're confirming it before I can even get it out of my mouth. It's narcissism to the highest degree, and that's also why I said, and I've said many times, I can smell them coming. They find me. I piss off people's demons, and they will know, because them having to be accountable and look at their own behavior is hard to do, and they can't do that. I've been accountable every step of the way, my good, my bad, my ugly, and I've been transparent. And in being transparent means, as accountable as I am, I'm also, before I wouldn't say anything and I wouldn't speak up, and I deal with all the shit being thrown at me. And now God says, if you're accountable, they need to be accountable too. And this shit is not going to keep happening. So it's probably going to go all the way to the end. And I very well could end up being homeless and losing my shit again. But mark my words, I'm going to have my day in court. And I'm going to have it on record. And I'm going to make sure that something has to change at the end of this. For families in this situation. For these big companies. And the entire time I'm going to do this, I'm going to find my peace. I'm going to find my center, and I'm going to find my self-love. And I'm not going to let them live rent-free in my head. I'm going to ask the right questions. I'm going to, thank you, Spirit. I'm going to make sure that the accountability lies exactly where it needs to be. 101 on the clock. Thank you, Spirit. For anyone that follows angel numbers, and you already know that's always going to be new beginnings, independence, individuality, endless. The world, right, is endless. Everything's in cycles. So what goes up must come down. So those big bullies that are trying to kick the crap out of me right now, thank you, Spirit, are gonna have to fall, right? They're gonna shouldn't say fall. They're gonna have to stand accountable for what they're doing, and when you have to explain that and be accountable for that, it's a hard pill to swallow. Nobody likes that. And then it's also the Master Builder number 11, which, when you look back at that, that is mastering our own universe, our own world. Thank you, Spirit. And when we do that, it's not always about knowing where everything is. It's about knowing where we're right, standing tall on that, and asking the right questions, but not letting them live rent-free in our head. Understanding that we are worthy of basic, simple humanity, human treatment, civil rights. We are absolutely worth that. At the very least, at the ultimate minimum. Thank you, Spirit. And no matter what happens at the end of the day, when they try to create those fear-mongering situations and those catastrophes and all of the things, that's exactly what they do. And me standing up for my truth and me speaking out makes them have to be accountable, and they don't like that. I don't want to do the fight either. Thank you, Spirit. But What happens is when you come at me for so long and come with this condescending, like your big bully attitude, my fight and my justice and my belief in truly in justice and fair equal treatment, my belief in I don't care where the hell you come. Oh, welcome back, my friend. I knew you missed me. My true belief in I'm gonna be homeless in a couple of days, so you'll be happy about that. My true belief in treatment for all, equality, not judging someone from where they come from, it will never change. So it is what it is, and I was chosen to stand tall in this fight, so that's what I'm doing, no matter what they do. No matter what happens, y'all are going to find out along the way. Thank you, Spirit. You're going to watch how this plays out just as I'm going to watch. So it is what it is. Good morning. We're afternoon now. Good afternoon, Hugo. So, the question was, allow yourself to ask questions today. What does your mind search for? Delight in your ability to learn and transform. And that's right, because all my mind searches for is answers, for clarity, for knowledge. Thank you, Spirit. And for peace in the storm. I'm not allowing anyone to take from my peace. People have been taking it my whole entire life and using it for their benefit. And I'm not somebody's workhorse. I'm not anybody's slave. I'm not anybody's stand that they can stand on while they drown me. And that's kind of what's been happening. Thank you, Spirit. That's what's been happening for a large chunk of my life. And God says enough. Give me 1 second. I want to top up my coffee, and I'll be right back. So, basically, the countdown is on. We have 7 days, by the sounds of it, before they can actually take possession of the unit. 7 days for them to just bully me. So, except I don't care, because that's 7 days for me to watch God show out in my favor. Because the one thing that I know is when you're doing the right thing, God makes sure you know it, and He doesn't allow you to give up. Thank you, Spirit. Communication and co-creation. Love that so much. I'll shuffle one more time. Communication, co-creation, and reclaim your energy. That's right. They've been working on my energy for so long, using it to boost their lives, while using it to help corner me and put me in a situation of fear, and that's not happening anymore. Thank you, Spirit. God says, hell no, that's not happening anymore. Thank you. I love when you confirm that for me. Throat chakra. Oh yeah, this is my favorite. Because me speaking the truth has them absolutely shaking in their shoes. So they have no other option right now but to continue what they're doing and watch their own downfall. They're literally, there's times when you could find a peaceable ending, a peaceable compromise, and they had the opportunity to do that, but they feel the need to save themselves. So, good afternoon, Kareem. They feel the need to save themselves or whatever, so they're going to take this ship all the way down to the ground, and that's pretty sad. But it's not up to me. And then we have the Portal Keeper. We have gracious receptivity. The artwork just blows my mind. This is literally speaking of the situation. And then Bridger. Sorry, I can't read today. But I had to correct that. So I'm going to, obviously I'll start with the throat chakra one. And this one is very important because me speaking my truth is really, truly, like these people want me dead. They don't just want me like hurt, lost, homeless. They want me gone. And it almost makes me giggle that how can somebody asking valid questions about human rights and, the ability to be treated like a human being. How can somebody asking those questions cause that much anger and hate into somebody? It just blows my mind. So this is the one we got, throat chakra. And for the people that aren't aware of what the chakras are, that's 108. I have to watch the time too, because I have to get my daughter, and my daughter's not gonna go being upset. We'll figure it out no matter what. And just like the last time something happened, it will be an adventure, plain and simple. Like hell am I letting these people bully me anymore? So, express your truth. Expression, communication, your own creative language, sharing your spirit, accepting your originality, truth, thank you, spirit, and authenticity. This chakra is the origin of expression. It is the source of the life spark that inspires our aliveness and stokes the creative fires in others. This is the outer sharing of our inner being, the glowing song of our soul, and the winds of our flight to understanding more of who we are. Connect to the crux of your potential and take it further than you could have imagined. As spirit fuses into the tangible, it actualizes as a platform for greater experience, and new facets are sculpted, seeded, and shared as a fractal of light in the form of our own unique language. Welcome, Ethan. Restore. Be truthful with yourself about how you are really feeling. If you always act in integrity and follow your heart-centered truth, some unhealthy connections or aspects of your life may fall away, and you will be in complete alignment with your path. In this way, your internal psychic navigation system will become strengthened, your purpose will be clear, and you will inspire others through the sparkle of your deep inner knowing. Welcome, Ruby. So, the themes: how you share your spirit and your unique language. 110 on the clock. Thank you, Spirit. And then the healing position is your throat. And then it's a vibrant mid-blue, which just, this card is just beautiful. Okay, so then we also have communication and co-creation. And I'm reading these ones because these are important, especially with what's going on right now. When I'm trying to be the communication, I'm great. How are you? I'm speaking about some of the things that have gone on, and if you go back and look at my videos or even some other spaces in my lives, I'm fighting the big bad companies. Oh yeah, Mercury in retrograde. Well, it still doesn't matter. I have a multi-million-dollar company fighting me, bullying me, and then using the court system to do it. So no matter what happens, retrograde or not, I don't think 111 on the clock. Thank you, Spirit. They're using this time to bully me, but they think that I'm gonna shut up, and I'm not. I'm gonna stand tall, and I'm gonna speak my truth, and I'm gonna ask the questions that need to be asked. Thank you, Spirit. Not just for me. Now, okay, I will fight for myself, but once you bring up the fighting for the underdog, and you bring that anger up in me, that righteous anger, it's all about understanding, like, I'm strong, I'm resourceful, I will do the legwork, I will ask the questions, I will take the beat down. I've taken them over and over and over and over, and I keep getting up, and it's fucking people up. Pardon my language, but it's the truth. But there's so many people that give up. Imagine someone in my position right now that has nobody, just like I do, but let them actually get them in the fear, in that, like, there's no help, there's no way I can do this, the victim mindset, the mentality. They don't even have the ability to see their own worth because they're so busy taking up and filling their head with this fear, and taking it personally what these people are doing, when it's just their tactics, their bully tactics. I'm a multi-million-dollar company, so I can kick the shit out of you and use the court system to beat you down, and intimidate you, And you're going to keep that little dark corner so we can keep doing it whenever the hell we want to, because we got to get our big ego patted, right? Make ourselves feel better. Thank you, Spirit. Because it's in the dark. And as long as we can beat you up like covert narcissism, anybody heard of it? When, they get into that aspect, that's literally what they're doing. And then they use it to beat a single mom. I have nobody. I have a voice, though, and I'm going to use it, and I'm going to speak up, because at the end of this, somebody's going to be accountable. I'm accountable for what happened on my end of it. I've tried to find a resolution peacefully, and instead, that's not, they want what they want now, and you're going to do that, or I'm going to kick the crap out of you and humiliate you and shame you and all of the things. But we're supposed to be an organization that empowers low-income families. No, we're going to beat you down, and we're going to stay dark in the corner, and we're going to keep doing that, because this is the second time in 4 months, and I've only lived here 4 months. It's just, it's disgusting. Truly it is. Win at all costs, I guess. But they're going to win at all costs, but they're going to stand accountable, I promise you, because they're going to have to answer questions, and they're not going to like that. Good afternoon, Angela. So, I'm going to read these quickly because I know Spirit wants me to stay on task now, because I got to leave soon to get my daughter. Communication and co-creation. No, thank you, Spirit. Nonverbal communication, love language, oh my God, telepathy, unique ways of communication, light language, multidimensional information, community coexistence, relationships, meeting our higher selves, really seeing someone, and then deeper listening. And that's right, because it's about discernment, right? If we don't have discernment, and we can't see to the actual truth at the end of the day, the bottom line, the truth in any matter, the facts don't have feelings, right? But you can't call yourself a humanitarian effort or an organization that helps people and then literally be bullying the shit out of them. Like, you can't have it both ways. So, All Games 114, welcome, and welcome back, Angela. So we normally think of information as something that can be written or spoken, but if something is multidimensional, it is almost impossible to share it with words. I feel I have quite a lot of this information in my field now, and yet my intelligence cannot fathom it. Metaphor or song may hint at its vastness, but it is more like a reminder or catalyst that encourages something to stir inside the listener. Art is one way I've sought to share this information. Thank you, Spirit. Whatever language you speak, the emotion and message of art and music can be understood in my healing work, where I feel the energy that comes through hands. There is a sense that in my soul that of the client are in deep conversation. I often feel that I am much more competent at conversation in these realms. My synesthesia allows me to navigate this information in real time, rather than having to slow down and translate it into words that feel constricting and dull compared to the vast yet simple nature of what I am looking to express. Welcome back, Kareen. This is why I paint. A lot of the work that I do is the unseen realm, but I understand part of my role is to bridge these realities and inspire a wider understanding of what is possible. Thus, you may notice unusual looking codes in many of my paintings. I have experienced many visual downloads of luminescent coding that can be simple figures or complex and large enough to step into for an activation or healing transmission. The download experience is extremely blissful, visual, and with a sense of fathoming the unfathomable. When I return to my normal state of being, the information no longer makes sense. People often ask about the codes in my paintings. I ask them to imagine a whole library's worth of information imbued in a single letter, then extending that to encompass a whole sentence. The codes can open us to all that the multidimensional worlds can share. They are portals to the edges of our conceivable realities. I have come to understand the codes are light language and have reveled in meeting other visionary artists who have painted almost identical light codes. As we evolve our conscious awareness, we start to pick up on information, such as what those around us are about to say, or that which the universe is trying to tell us. Welcome back, Louise. I hope you're having a wonderful day. How are you communicating beyond words? Perhaps you are being misunderstood because there is a dissonance between your words, actions, and behavior, and what you mean to communicate. Words are like spells, so be conscious of what you say, as you may be verbally sabotaging your intended meaning. Also, be reminded that words can mean different things to different people. Something may be getting lost in translation. An issue may be cleared through improved communication. Listen carefully to what someone has to say without interruption. Furthermore, it may feel scary to share vulnerable truths, but this may be the only way forward. This card also encourages a greater exploration in the realms of telepathy, healing, and the arts such as poetry, painting, and music, where there is collective communication beyond the music. And then we have Reclaim Your Energy, which I love these so much. Everybody's stealing your energy and trying to use it to benefit their life, create such disaster. And all we need is if we use our own energy and we stop giving it to other people, and thank you, Spirit, and use it for what it's due, then we really truly create change. So when we embrace an energy-aware lifestyle, we start to notice when we feel drained or ungrounded. We may feel flat or out of our center after spending time with certain people or places. Our energy is our responsibility, and how we give it away becomes a conscious choice as we step into empowerment. Thank you, Spirit. But what about the fragments of self we gave away before we came to this awareness? Yes, it is possible to recover and restore yourself to wholeness. In shamanic practice, recapturing and reuniting with lost fragments of ourselves is called recapitulation. Hopefully that's right. Even when we become aware of the patterning that unnecessarily chews up our energy, we may still feel drained by certain people or situations. Thank you, Spirit. When we grow our awareness further and take note of the triggers, we see it is always our choice where our energy goes, although it might not feel that way. We may feel we need to give to the people we most care about in a way that depletes us. We may hold a subconscious sense of obligation to others, or a belief that our own needs cannot be met until we have taken care of everyone else. We may run ourselves ragged, meeting deadlines, keeping customers happy, living up to expectations, or ensuring we have everything our children require from us. Many of us expend energy through drama, self-doubt, self-sabotage, anxiety, and fear. Sometimes we sense we are giving too much, but cannot see exactly how it's happening, or that our effort may be unproductive, even counterproductive. But it doesn't have to be like this. To claim more time and energy for yourself, look at what is and isn't serving you. You may need to make, thank you, Spirit, 121 on the clock, too. Master number 11, we create our own balance. And then we have the number 4, which is stable foundations. So when we find the balance and we we co-create with the universe, we become masters of our own peace. We allow that balance to help us create our stable foundations. So just wanted to explain that angel number a little bit. So to claim more, thank you, Spirit. To claim more time and energy for yourself, look at what isn't serving you. You may need to make changes in your external environment. More often, the most effective change will be to your perception of self. What beliefs and learnings serve you? What fear-based and limiting expectations are keeping you from that power? Consciously choose and align yourself with ideas that serve you, and suddenly you will have a lot more energy for the meaningful, inspiring parts of your life. You will also have improved presence and more for your loved ones. We become aware of our patterning through self-awareness. By observing the observer, we can broaden our perspective of how and why we react to certain stimuli. This understanding helps us untangle ourselves from drama. We can distinguish what is relevant and real to us in the here and now from outdated stories. Instead of reacting when we feel triggered, we can peel back the layers, thank you, Spirit, of those moments and claim greater understanding of ourselves and the myths we have unwittingly subscribed to or that others have ascribed to us. Meditation can help us explore and take responsibility for our internal dissonance. Anything that takes you out of the busyness of your mind can heighten your perspective so you can see the bigger picture. It's Mads. Mads in the... Oh, welcome. There are other contributors to energy depletion, such as not having enough healthy food or sleep. Diet and lifestyle are usually easier to rebalance than our self-beliefs. Illness in environments that affect self-esteem or where our soul does not feel at home or safe or other factors. We may need outside help to reclaim our energy, but having an awareness of what is required is a step closer to being able to fix the problem and can start the healing process. When you are going through tough times, doing something that makes the soul rejoice, even something small, is extremely helpful in boosting your energy levels. This card encourages you to be aware of where your energy is going. If you are not at your optimal energy level, it invites you to consider the core of why this may be. You have the power to your own energy and choose where you direct it. Look at situations that trigger drama and anxiety to reduce energy loss. Detach from environments or people that are not healthy for you. It is up to you to make the shift. Victim mentality is no help. So realize you have the power to transform your life and choose healing and self-empowerment. It's time to kickstart the upward spiral to abundant energy and soul presence. Which right now, that's what's happening. They're trying to keep me in the fear, lack mindset, and I'm not having it. Thank you, Spirit. And then we have gracious receptivity. I just love these cards so much. They're gorgeous. What number is that? 28. So, if there was a manual for optimal human experience, one of the most potent points would be gratitude. It is the backbone of all spiritual practice. Writing a list of the things you are grateful for has been scientifically proven to have a profound positive effect on the mind of the nervous system. Thank you, Spirit. When we shift our perspective from what we are lacking, needing, and desiring, we temporarily replace the survival factor with the resonance for thriving. When we acknowledge the miracle of our existence and how far we have come despite the challenges, it can bring back our inner smile. Gratitude can enliven an attitude of, I got this. One of the best tricks for bringing something into your life is to be already thankful for it. Thank you, Spirit. As if it has already arrived. This sets up the frequency of fullness and plenty, rather than emptiness and need. As we have mentioned before, like attracts like, but there is a whole other power at play here, as true gratitude is anchored in the heart. Being moved by the sheer awe of appreciation and thankfulness is hugely pivotal to the way others in our environment respond to us. The next step is to give from our hearts without being asked or invited. When we emanate a field of new earth consciousness, giving can free us from expectation just by knowing that we can all thrive together when everything flows as a system of gifting. Burning Man Festival is a blueprint of this, so I'm going to have to look that up because that's kind of cool. Meme to Fly, welcome. I hope there's a message in here for you. Yes, others may take advantage, but if you drop the fear of this outcome, it is quite likely that those of this frequency will also fall away. Holding up a beacon of light this way creates incentive and inspiration to those around you. As their cup fills, it unlocks space within them for resources in other areas. Thus, this giving overflow has a domino effect from person to person. Receptivity is a critical factor in the art of giving. Those who struggle to feel they have the resources to give may also have trouble receiving. Some do not feel worthy enough to receive, even from themselves. As mentioned, heart energy is key to gratitude and receptivity. Here it brings us to self-love. and how important it is for feeling full enough so that our overflow doesn't deplete. Welcome, Howie. When you allow yourself to receive from those in their hearts joyous overflow and give from a place beyond expectation or obligation, thank you, Spirit, a whole new paradigm reveals itself. You will discover a new way of thriving. Giving and receptivity is a two-way flow. Each allows the space for the other. When we are in our hearts, we have limitless resources, and that starts with gratitude. Could gifting economies be the seed for a more joyful new paradigm of making the world go round? Consider your relationship with gratitude. How comfortable you feel receiving, thank you, Spirit, and what you love to give. Are there themes that allow you the joyous overflow of giving without limitation? How can you add this to the lives of others more often? Away from the fear that you will get used up if you give without guaranteed reciprocity. Are there areas where you are overextending yourself? Can you give more from areas where you are stronger and have more skill and capacity? Right now, you may feel you have little to give. If so, allow yourself to receive more. Right. The gift of the sun on your face on a winter's day or a compliment from a stranger. Allow yourself to drink every drop. After all, it is up to you how deeply you wish to drink of the gift that is shared. Often we take only a little sip, even when there is so much more we could appreciate. And yet, it is beautiful when you give to someone and they light up and receive it fully. Gratitude, self-love, and self-worth are interwoven with the capacity to receive. Together they nourish your soul. Step into your heart space by listing all you are grateful for and notice how full you start to feel. From this place, your gifting capacity can spiral upward. And it's so true. We have, when they put you in a place of fear or lack mindset, then thank you, Spirit. Then they create this space where you feel less than or you don't feel worthy. And there's a big difference from someone just living and taking. That's a whole nother thing. You never take more than you need. And you always give what you have, right? I don't have funds right now. I'm giving this way. I have the ability to share love and ideas to empower ourselves. And it's always best, obviously, to what you give to help somebody empower themselves, because you don't just want to save their butt and keep coming back to save their butt. You want to teach them how to do it and empower themselves to find the resources and be resilient. So I don't just say like give. But there's also times when they're doing all of the work and they're doing the legwork and they're really putting in the work. Thank you, Spirit. And there's not, they have nowhere else to go, nothing else to do. And in those moments, then yeah, you have to give it to God and know that God's going to find a way to give it back to you. 131 on the clock. Thank you, Spirit. And that is obviously self-expression, the master builder number 11, and then which is us creating our own reality and our own universe by our self-expression. And then we have, thank you, Spirit. And of course, it's individuality and it's new beginnings and autonomy, understanding that we are our own people, and the whole goal is to be able to interact and live in peace, our own inner peace on earth, no matter what. So, and then of course it boils down to 5, which is big changes, strength, so much strength. That's one of my superpowers. No matter what happens to me, the never-ending well of strength is just it's astonishing sometimes what I've overcome. Welcome, Leanne. And when I'm learning now to sit back and think about it and actually celebrate myself, because no matter what they throw at me, I will find a way to overcome it, and that's the truth. Doesn't matter how I stop putting expectations on how it comes or how I can be helped. So I'm not allowing people to limit me either. So doing the work, all of the things that I can do starts with me and looking inward and being accountable on my end and doing what I can to make it better. And then thank you, Spirit, calling accountability where it is. 1:32 on the clock, 1:33 on the clock, pardon me. That switched right away, which is again 13, 6, 7 is spirituality, going inward. And of course, luck. Lots and lots of luck. Good morning, Harir. Sorry if I mispronounced that, but welcome. I hope there's a message in here for you somewhere. Thank you, Spirit. So yeah, then we got the Realm Bridger, and I love this one, and I have not pulled this card yet, so I definitely can't wait to read this. Visionaries, architects of the future, information from other realms, bridging the seen with the unseen, inspiration, seeding a new earth, traversing different states of consciousness, birthing ideas from subtle reality, and then journeying. Have you ever felt that there is more than meets the eye in the perception we call reality? Thank you, Spirit. That there is more going on behind the scenes. Do you ever glimpse beyond your physical senses and wonder if what they perceive is just the tip of the iceberg? Do you ever get visions or insights just as you are falling off to sleep? Do you dream in colors that are more vibrant than you have experienced in waking life? As you raise your vibration and explore different states of consciousness, you may experience phenomena you might have believed only happens in fantasy stories. Through meditation and journeying, we invite the greater awareness of the subtle realities. These realms can be amazing places to bring through pioneering ideas, creativity, and to explore the edges of the universe. This card is about bridging the seen and the unseen. Intuitive painting is my method of connection, but the ability to crystallize the normally intangible can manifest in other ways. Thank you, Spirit. Sorry. Anchoring the collective dreaming for a new future is not as out of reach as we may think. Just as water changes from solid to gas to liquid, we can catch the intangible in other forms. Metaphors, codes, or even maths can form the path of the visionary. Once these visions are in the minds and hearts of many, it can merge into matter. These blueprints then go to the architects. Welcome back, Anthony. And the ideas become physicalized. It is time to dream outside the box. It is time for the inventors, the artists, the poets, and the visionary leaders to step forward and collectively dream in a new future. Welcome, Val. You are the pioneer of your life. The way forward may be in your dreams or visions. You might find it useful to do automatic writing or intuitive drawing to capture some of the more lucid information. Be creative and don't take on the opinions of others. It's time to think and do things a whole other way. After all, as the saying goes, insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. Amen. And I have to do this one, the Portal Keeper. Good afternoon. Yeah, sorry. It's been a rough day already, but thank you, Spirit. They're not getting my piece. So they're not going to take me from my center, and I am going to remain myself in the eye of the storm. I know God has my back. So at the end of the day, the solution and resolution will come to a completion soon. So we have the Portal Keeper. As we become more sensitive and aware, I gotta watch the clock too. I got 10 minutes, sorry. As we become more sensitive and aware, we are more receptive to mystical experience. We can realize that there are overlaying realities that seem just as real, if not more vibrant and profound than the familiar everyday one. Sorry, I'm gonna just... There's a theory that space and time are constructs that allow our human minds to grasp sequences in chronological order and enable us to orientate and move forward through reality. In their current evolution, humans are only using a small portion of their brain capacity. If we unlock our mind's potential, what will be fathomed that we can't now? There's information out there that isn't real to us until we glimpse it with our senses. Thank you, that's sweet. The beings of Lemuria evolved with a different kind of intelligence. They were skilled at harnessing energy from the natural and abundant forces, such as crystals, the heart of the earth, and the moon. They could share complex information without words. The Lemurians operated in multiple realms at will and could disappear from human perception. Technically, they were in the same location, but in an overlaying reality, a parallel dimension which could be very different. Psychically advanced people can sense discarnate souls, elementals in nature, and spirit guides. They can also see information in energy fields. These perceptions, clairvoyance, clairsentience, or clairaudience, are still connected to this reality, but are examples of what can happen when we raise our consciousness or train ourselves to the subtleties of what is happening around us. In essence, we share our physical locations with overlaying beings and energies and can raise or lower our vibration to match and enter their realms of reality. Two people in an identical environment can have different experiences. One may thrive and enjoy the opportunities of the moment. Thank you, Spirit. The other may see only the negatives in the situation. Here, one or both parties may be traversing realities on a micro level. These micro realms may look very similar, but the way we feel, the reflections we see in others, and the way circumstances unfold are aligned with our vibration. So it's great to be conscious of our energy and the ways that we can optimize our experience of life. Like attracts like. It is important to keep this in mind if you are considering traversing deeper realms, as it is an endless rabbit hole. Set your energy field to the highest good and ensure your intention is primed for the places you wish to journey to. Traversing other realms is an innate ability that we all have. Young children have this skill intact as they are not yet convinced that it is not real. Animals, especially cats, also have this awareness. People who experience hallucinations may be perceiving multiple layers of information simultaneously. Thank you, Spirit. In the West, this may be considered a symptom of diminished mental health. In other cultures, this openness could be the mark of a shaman or a seer, or considered a powerful gift. The Akashic paradigm combines multidimensionality with the idea that everything is happening simultaneously. Thus, everything that has ever been and ever will be is occurring at this moment. By changing our vibration, we can access an ocean of collective consciousness, and this highlights the significance of portals. Portals are gateways to other layers of reality. They can be accessed through meditation and inner practices, or externally in places such as the planet's vortices. These places are usually sacred to those who are sensitive to energies and work closely with the earth. Often where ley lines connect, portals are places where the veil is thin and unexplainable phenomena can occur. Earth's ley lines are similar to the meridian systems on the body. Chakras are also energetic vortexes. When we tune to them and the places on the body they connect to, we can access holistic information. This oracle deck includes 10 chakra seed cards, which can activate these portals in the body. Portals are like an opening or rip in our usual veil of reality. If you feel pulled to explore this curious and vast topic further, it is, thank you, Spirit, 141 on the clock. So yes, again, that's 6, which is sailing to calmer waters. It is our foundation, is the 4, and then 1 is new beginnings, and the 11, master builder number 11, which is creating change. We create our own foundation, our own stability, and our own harmony with self, and we do that through all of the ways I'm explaining now. Thank you, Spirit. And it starts with self-love, period. Okay, so how are you connected to your mystical self? How might you raise your vibration to access information that isn't normally perceivable? How can you lift your spirits and soar into a wider awareness so that you can see life from a heightened perspective? When our minds get out of the way, we can reach the bliss and state of the seamless unspeakable, where the need for a linear life drops away. We can center ourselves through a sense of eternal being. Gently explore the edges of your reality. Spend some time in the forest to listen. Deepen your meditation practice. Dance yourself into ecstasy. Explore psychic tools and study new healing modalities. If you feel lacking in purpose or life seems a little mundane, remember there's never a reason to be bored. Thank you, Spirit. What we experience with our physical senses is just the tip of the iceberg. Magic exists wherever you care to find it. Look between the lines to the limitless discovery. And that's kind of, if I do nothing else here, at the end of this, I'm hoping to pique somebody's interest and really make them start looking into the ways that they matter. For one, first and foremost, thank you, Spirit. We all matter, every single one of us, and we all have this innate gift and talent that was given to us that we've probably been using our entire lives and never even understood that it was a gift. We had no clue. And usually it's something you've been shamed for or embarrassed for or humiliated, attacked. There's a million things. And when you start noticing it and thank you, Spirit, and understanding that it's a superpower, it becomes a lot easier to love yourself because you know, wait a minute, I've been doing this for everyone at 1:44 on the clock. Like, I can't. Thank you, Spirit. When they say you're chosen one, and call it whatever you want, what it is everybody has the ability to be chosen, and I think at some point in time we're all chosen. It's when we decide to answer the call. Thank you, Spirit. It's when we show up, and you can't show up. I've been given my whole life, but I never gave to me, right? I tried, and all it did was make people take advantage of me and kick me while I'm down, and it's still trying to happen. The difference is now I understand my value. I understand what I bring to the table and what I have brought to the table my whole life. People can't take advantage of it anymore. And thank you, Spirit. And what I give freely with no expectation back. And I do that because I have so much to be grateful for, even in the face of catastrophe, right? There's always a way out. There's always another way. And there's always a way to communicate and resolve solutions one way, shape, or form, or the other. And even if you haven't found it yet, you have to remain open. Thank you, Spirit. You have to open your heart and be ready to receive. And it starts with understanding that we're worth it. Like, we are truly worth it no matter what happens in our life, no matter what we've done or not done. And no matter what people try to project onto us, we are always worth it. So that's my time that I give each day here, is helping me be accountable. Thank you, Spirit. It's helping me commit to myself, to my spirit team, to God, the universe, and the people that just need to understand that someone gives a shit if they're alive or dead. Somebody wants to help them find the resources. Somebody wants to help them understand that it's possible if we take our mind out of victim mentality and switch it into, how can I overcome this? Turn that attack into a challenge. Thank you, Spirit. A possibility to overcome, a way to be more resourceful, so that we can be open to find these solutions and listen, because there's people out there, there's so many people out there that, have ideas and resources, and it's not always about financial. Sometimes you need financial help, sometimes you need whatever, but I'm a true believer that God's going to send you exactly what you need. Thank you, Spirit. At the time you need it, and probably has been doing that your whole life when you didn't even really know. Couldn't even be grateful for it because you didn't know it was happening. But if you look at all the things you've overcome and all the times when shit hit the fan and you didn't know how you were going to make it out, and it's the bottom of the ninth, and there's nothing else. And sorry for the sports thing. I'm not great with sports, so even if I screwed it up, the point is at the end, the very end, when you think there's no other way, and there's nothing left, you have nothing left. God shows up for you. There's always a way, and I have to ride this out right to the very end, and it's because what I'm proving in this moment is not my self-worth. I'm worthy just from the minute I opened my eyes, the minute I was born. Thank you, Spirit. We all are. Um, but I also know what I'm learning what I'm worth, and I'm not backing down in the face of adversity. I'm standing up. I'm asking the right questions, and I'm not just asking the questions out of selfishness. I'm asking it because God wants to know, wants them to be accountable and have to answer those questions. But two, I'm asking those questions so the people behind me and the people that come after me, thank you, Spirit. There are changes that are put into play that don't make them have to go to war to just have a little bit of stability in their lives, right? Welcome, North Star. I'm about to leave, and I'm sorry, but these things are so important that I had to get out, and Spirit likes to take me right to the end, I guess. I got 2 more minutes, and I'm already going to be in trouble here because we're running late. But I just have to let her know I'm coming. Uh-oh. Coming. Shit. Okay, so, they're gonna kill me. Come on. I have to go, but I will be back tomorrow. I have to go get my daughter, and they're literally waiting on me. So, I have to get my daughter, but if I can come back on, I will. But there's a lot of messages in here, and I'm sure there's a lot of people that need to hear it. So, come back and see me tomorrow, and join me for day 14, and let's see where this goes. Okay, I love you guys. Have a great day. Bye.